All right, we're back. Yeah, that was all on me. Not really. My internet just went out. So, all on my internet. But hopefully people will hop back in now. You can restart the Hangouts call. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My internet just said, screw you guys, I'm shutting down. I'm going to get Hangouts started back up. Alright, let's see. Welcome back, everyone.
We there?
Yes, we are back. And in greater numbers. Well, not really, actually, in less numbers, but still, you guys get the point. So I got this microfighter built, and I mean, the build is whatever. Like, did you feel strongly about the First Order Snowspeeder microfighter? Not the microfighter, the battle pack build. I'll let JB think about that.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my headphones.
Okay.
What did you say? Sorry.
I was asking, did you feel strongly about this battle pack build, the First Order Snowspeeder?
Did I feel strongly about it? Like, do I like it or not?
Like, do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it what, meh?
I mean, I'm neutral. I mean, it's a battle pack build, so I don't expect it to be anything.
I guess my issue is
super realistic.
And you guys can tell me how you feel about this. Why do the microfighter builds feel like better designed than the battle pack builds?
Because one set is designed around the build, where the other set's designed around the minifigs.
I guess. But I mean, the minifigs, like those are two different people doing different jobs, though, right? Like, the minifig designer is going to be designing it regardless of what the set is, and then some person has to sit down and be like, okay, let me design the build for this battle pack. And I don't know, it's kind of underwhelming. Like, when I was building these, I was like, wow, like, that looks really good. Like, it's like that's awesome. And then building this, I don't know, just it feels considerably less inspired. I mean, it's not a super detailed like vehicle to begin with, but I don't know, like design-wise, this is pretty on par with the microfighter we got. I'd say the microfighter maybe looks slightly better than this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be because it's a battle pack, and Lego knows that all we really care about are the figs. This is kind of one of those side projects. They're just like, hey, someone throw something together real quick.
Just throw some bricks on the box, so it's a Lego
pretty
set.
Much. You know what they should do, though, is instead of giving us an extra build, they should just give us 2 more figs. That's what I'm rooting for.
That'd be great, but see, that's the thing, right? Like, it's not a matter of like, oh, if we include these, like, it's not like Lego doesn't look at it as like, if we took out this many pieces, we could put in this many figures. For them, it's more like a 6-figure set, regardless of what the build is, automatically. That's like a $50 set. Like, and that's just it. Like, that's all that goes into that.
See, I don't know, because like being in Denmark and talking with the designers and stuff like that, it's almost like they have certain like, I don't know, like constraints that they have to build in. Like, you have to fill the $15 slot, and you have this many things, and you're allowed to use like 2 new prints or 1 new mold and that sort of thing. So it's kind of like a bunch of, right, if we do this, we can't do that. If we do that, we can't do that, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that. What's up, Seth? What's up, Mark P? How y'all doing? I want to add DMK to the call. What's up, Owen Tomlinson? How you doing, man? Yeah, so Carter, my internet died. I can send you another invite. RB is about to be in. Because John Cena is a moderator. I don't know who this Mark Parisher person is. Sith Troopers do look awesome. Sith Troopers look pretty freaking sweet.
Oh my goodness, I love just the red.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's literally just it. Like just the red. Like that's all. That's it. It looks awesome.
I almost like the Jet Troopers more though. The Sith Jet Troopers. I don't know. There's something about the helmet with the jetpack combo. I don't know.
Oh, they're sweet too. I think. I might go with the Sith Trooper. I just the Jet Trooper. Like, I think for me, I'll usually default to the standard Trooper over the specialists. Like, even though the specialists, they might look cooler. Like, honestly, my favorite First Order troop design is probably the Flame Trooper. But I don't know. There's something about just the standard versions of any given group.
Yeah. You know what we do need though? Completely off topic. We need a new helmet mold shock trooper. Like the new helmet, just Stormtrooper, Imperial shock.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think. Yeah. I don't know. Like the clone is what came to my mind at first, and I was thinking like, I think the helmet's fine, but okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the one we're missing, right? Like.
We only have the standard, and then whatever the dark one is, the shadow, and then the sand one.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean,
which is really a miracle. Like the fact that we got all three of those so quickly. Like, I give Lego major props for that.
I'm waiting for that set to go on sale, that battle pack, so I can buy more of them.
What do you want to do with them?
Stockpile them until I feel like doing an Imperial mod.
An Imperial mod? Oh, are you talking about the Sith Trooper battle pack?
No. The 20th anniversary.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like the Mandalorian battle pack, and I'm just kind of like what? Why do you want that many of these guys? Like, they're cool figures. Don't get me wrong. This just doesn't really strike me as the type of battle pack I would want army build with. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah, if it was like all of like one clan, like the blue ones that we got, right, that would be nice. But because they're so like unique looking, it's like getting a bunch of Sabine Wrens. Like, we don't need an army.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Is no one else going to join the call?
I'm adding people, and no one wants to join. It's like The Last Jedi. Our allies aren't answering. All that means is that for the next call, there's going to be 1 million people show up.
Oh dear.
You guys have not gotten to experience me bashing episode 9, so I just gotta let it all out.
I mean, we kind of get it every single intro. You cut out episodes.
That is a good point.
When I heard that the first time, I was like, dang it, he didn't like it.
Did you, I mean, so everyone said that, but like, I did a pretty extensive review on why I didn't like it, like, before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did a
maybe I didn't watch it as soon as it came out, because I watched that a few days ago.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hey, there we go. We got Ryan and DMK.
They're answering.
I'm here. I just muted myself for 1 second.
All right, what's going on, dude?
Hey.
Armando says that new intro is a strong diss. Jay is just a Palpatine hater. It's so weird to think that, like, at one point I would have looked anyone in the face with a straight face and said, "Oh, dude, Palpatine is like my favorite character," and now that is not the case. Like, I still like him, but I've just seen him too much. It's like Darth Maul. Like, I loved Darth Maul when he was just that one guy in that one movie, and he died, and then, like, that was it, right? But he just keeps popping up everywhere. Like, he won't go away. Like, we've seen Darth Maul as much as we've seen, like, Obi-Wan. Like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Whatever gets the money, though.
I mean, yeah, clearly.
I want Qui-Gon Jinn to be back.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least when Palp came back, he was on like a giant like mechanical boom and not spot.
That is a good point. Right. They should have just, honestly, they should have just done that. They should have just put them on spider legs. Like people try to act like Disney like actively ignores the prequels, which they do to a certain extent. Like I'm not gonna be oblivious to that, but that would have been the most hilarious tie-in to give him spider legs.
Yeah. Or like when he showed his fingers being all decrepit and stuff, he just saw like spider fingers at the end.
he's building. He like catches Rey and Kylo in a big web trap. That's his plan.
Hey, I mean the lightning, unlimited power. He just like shoots spider webs and it like catches all the ships in midair and like
and it just gets stuck. That'd be fantastic. See, this is why they should have let us write episode 9. all the spider Star Wars fans would have really gotten a kick out of it.
Yeah, Ryan, are you gonna say anything?
Nope.
I think Ryan, do you like episode 9? Are we making you uncomfortable?
See, I get where you guys are coming from. I personally enjoyed it, as I do basically every Star Wars movie. But I need to rewatch it again to like fully form my opinion.
I think JV really liked it, right?
I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're just having a little fun. We're just having a little spider-related fun. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. See, that's what I like. Like, I could just have fun with it. You know, if I loved it or I hated it, I just have fun with it. It's all fun in the end. I mean, it's Star Wars. Come on.
That is true. That is true.
This is way off topic right now. But am I imagining something right now, or is Ryan's thing, like profile picture, way off center?
It probably is.
It looks fine to me.
Like the picture of his Sigfig is like down, and the whole white circle above it is like really big compared to the other
definitely
side.
off center.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about my bad editing, okay?
Wow. DMK throwing some low-key shade.
No, I just noticed that now. No, I was really confused.
It's okay, right? I think your profile pic is perfect.
Thank you.
It's like an eyeball looking down.
Yeah.
I see what you're going for there. I see it.
Yeah. I was just waiting for you guys to say something.
Okay.
We got a Spider-Man song in the chat.
Spider palps. Spider. I don't even know what I'm mean.
Yo, Jay, we need to come up with a collab song. That would be pretty dope.
All right, what are we gonna talk about?
That I can't help you with.
Oh, okay. I gotta write the lyrics.
You do all the work and just put my name in the title.
Wow. This is like high school all over again.
Just wow. See, I was homeschooled, so I was my own high school.
Gotcha.
Have you guys seen that Reddit post that's like how like I don't even like how Disney as a company like ruined JJ's vision of episode 9?
Let's just be honest. No. JJ had no vision for episode 9.
Ouch.
No, that's not, no. Okay. That's not even me trying to like throw shade. I think one of the things I take issue with is people saying like, oh, like Ryan ruined what JJ set up, like Orion gave like answers that JJ didn't have in mind. When it's very obvious to me that JJ didn't have the answers to those questions either. Like, it's very easy to, like, set something up, right? And be like, oh, like, you'll see what the payoff is. And then when the payoff happens and people don't like it, be like, oh, yeah, that's not what I had planned. I would have never done that. Like, I don't know.
Fair. I mean, there's so much you could say about different things and different directors and claim different things. I'm just in it for the movies.
I'm in it for the ride. I'm in it for the half spiders. Why were there no half spiders in this movie? That's my biggest gripe. Like, if there were just a spider person in episode 9, I would have walked away with a smile.
Okay, now here's a real question though. Like in one of the first episodes of the Clone Wars with the Malevolence, and there's that crab-looking guy. Like, are you a fan of him?
It depends. If he was born a crab, nah, I don't care. That's not really impressive. But if he got cut in half, and then half of him became a crab, now you got something there.
That's impressive.
Did you see the whole Dengar apparently returned with a mech body?
What? Where?
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Wait, when did he die?
Let me see if I can.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He's in. So I don't know what it's from, but I saw the photo, and his name's like flipped around.
Yeah, and it's the visual dictionary, and his armor kind of looks like Dengar's armor. And people are like, "Oh, he's reborn." Dave Filoni must have got to him.
Yeah. Palps. He could save others from dying, but not himself. Anakin. Is it possible to learn this power? Yeah, dude, just use Force Heal. That's a very good point. Anakin joined the dark. Well, I mean, so let's keep it 100 here. Like, I'm not even sure whether or not, like, even if Anakin had followed up with the Emperor, if he would have actually been able to save anyone. Like, it sounded like that was just a cheap recruiting tactic. But imagine, many years later, people or Jedis are apparently able to just heal people. And it's not, you don't need to know the dark side to do it.
Well, maybe that's why they had to
from a
kill the Jedi. Luke saw into the future and was like, it's time for the Jedi to end. Like, we're just gonna have a bunch of immortal spiders going around now.
That is true. That is very true. You know what should happen?
Chewbacca's the only one.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Chewbacca's the only one from the original 4 is still alive, right?
R2.
R2 was never alive.
Chewbacca's.
Dude.
He wasn't. I mean, Lando's alive, right? Unless you mean, like...
Yeah.
Like from episode 4. Did you say episode 4?
As in, like, Han, Chewie...
like the main crew.
The original 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Droids aren't living things according to IG-11, says Garrett.
That's true. IG was preaching that preach. Baby Yoda and Darth Jar Jar should team up.
That finale, though, for Mandalorian.
It was some good stuff. I was feeling it. I could have dealt without... I guess my biggest issue with it is it looked too much like the original trilogy.
What?
Like, there's like an IG series droid, and he's flying around shooting stormtroopers, and there's scout troopers, and there's death troopers, and the main bad guy is flying a TIE fighter. I've seen enough of that. Like, I watched Star Wars Rebels, I saw enough of it. I watched the original trilogy, saw enough of it. I watched Solo: A Star Wars Story. I watched Rogue One. I'm just... I love the Galactic Civil War era. It's cool. I've just seen enough of it.
Okay, here's the question of the decade. What do you want to see from Star Wars?
I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
but not that.
I mean, I thought I wanted to see episode 9. Apparently not.
Oh dear me.
But honestly, just anything new, like an unexplored time period. Like, let's just get away from everything familiar. Like, I feel like Old Republic's the easy way to go, because you can basically just make it whatever you want to make it. If you don't want to do that, go into the future. Just something different. Just you maintain those Star Wars elements, right? Like hero's journey, crew flying around doing stuff, unlikely heroes, like all those themes I think are sufficient to give you the Star Wars feels. Like, you don't need stormtroopers and TIE fighters and X-Wings and the Emperor for it to be Star Wars, right? Like, I'd like to think Star Wars is a little bit
more...
complex than yeah. You need a half spider person, but just something just new and something that feels refreshing. Like that's why I like The Mandalorian, because it's not just traditional Star. I mean, it is, but it's not, right? It's like it's a different type of Star Wars experience, but they're still doing too much. Like, oh, remember this? Oh, stormtroopers. Oh, like scout troopers. Oh, get it? You guys remember stormtroopers can't shoot? Like, that's funny, right? Remember that? I'm just no, like I don't need to be reminded constantly that I'm watching Star Wars. Like, I think it's like Dora the Explorer, right? Like when the scout troopers are trying to shoot the thing, I'm surprised Dora didn't pop up. Like, can you guys remember stormtroopers never shot anything, right?
Can you get the can?
Yeah. Can you guys say TIE Fighter? Garrett says it's not Star Wars without nostalgia bait. And maybe that's right. Maybe I'm just not a real Star Wars fan. So much hate from Jay about Star Wars. This is not me hating Star Wars. I'm just saying I just want something new. Why is that wrong? Why is that
so bad? Okay, so I think what we need then to make Jay happy, what needs to happen is Disney needs to take a completely different step away from Star Wars, like do something completely unrelated to anything we've ever seen, and then just slap the Star Wars name on it to change the whole standard of we could have a sports movie, like a football movie in space, and call it Star Wars, and then you'd be happy.
It's not that simple. Okay.
But it's going to be a Star Wars story coming in theaters near you.
I mean, I don't know. Like when I don't mean to come off as someone who just like hates Star Wars. Like, all that stuff is cool. I don't know. Like, how many more times am I gonna have to see the same stuff? Like,
no, I get it. I get it. I just think Disney, they're because it works. Like the general population, because what they're doing works, using what George Lucas made originally. Like, they're gonna keep doing that until they hit that leap, the step beyond Mandalorian of completely changing the game and calling it Star Wars to make that the new Star Wars, and then they can do whatever they want.
So but that's the thing, right? Like, the problem with that is I don't think George would agree with that philosophy. Like, however you feel about the prequels, like George tried to give them like a different look and feel, right? Like the prequels weren't just a big nostalgia fest. Like, I'll give them that much credit. So, I mean, if we're trying to say, like, you know, let's be consistent with what George would have wanted, I think he would want us to be doing something different. Like, it doesn't need to be drastically different. Like, I'm just tired of seeing Rebels versus Empire. Like, I get it, the Empire's bad. Like, can we just see more? Can we just see bad guys that aren't the Empire or stupid droids? Like, that'd be awesome.
I see that. I can see that.
I promise you guys, I like Star Wars.
I don't think you're very convincing, Jay.
I find that so fun. And it's like, because this is something I never experienced. Literally, I can tell you the day it started happening. The day when Garrett and I did that episode 9, like, Star Wars Celebration stream. And before then, everyone's all, oh, like, why do you like the sequels? The sequels suck. Like, what? Like, oh, you're like, that's so dumb. Like, whatever. And we were like overly positive about the sequels, apparently. And then that like Celebration trailer came out, and then like it's just a complete 180. People are literally in the chat like, oh, this is too negative. I'm logging off. Like, why do you hate the sequels now? You're not a true Star Wars fan. Like, someone actually like, they sent me that message. They're like, why are you hating on the sequels now? It sounds to me like you're not a real Star Wars fan. And I'm just like, I just can't win. Like, I spent so many hours of my life defending The Last Jedi, defending The Force Awakens, and like, one movie out of the 3 that I don't like, and I'm not a Star Wars fan anymore.
That's not what I was trying to say.
Do you have a reaction video?
That sounded like some money.
If you have a reaction video,
hey, shout out to Owen Tomlinson. Appreciate that. Shout out to Owen for the $10 dono. Appreciate that, man. What just happened? Or DMK, what were you saying?
If you have the reaction video for episode 9 trailer, I'll definitely watch that.
It's it's on. It's just, if you just look up on my channel, Star Wars Celebration stream, you'll find it, and it's the one from episode 9. There's actually, if you in the comments, they'll make it really easy because someone actually put in the comments like the moment the trailer happened and like our immediate reactions. And then since then, I've apparently been too negative about Star Wars.
No, I don't want to come across as saying it like that. I mean, I get your POV, but I just like it.
I mean, I like it. That's the thing. I like Star Wars, but it's, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, I played Knights of the Old Republic. I think this really has set up future Star Wars stories for failure. Because I played KOTOR, and like it's very obviously Star Wars. Like, no one needs to convince you of that. Just the way it feels, the way it plays out, like you can see like evolutions of certain things visually, the type of story, like it all feels like Star Wars, but it feels just totally different. Like, it's just a completely different Star Wars experience. Like, playing KOTOR, I would liken it, like, that's the closest I think a Star Wars fan can get to, like, watching the original trilogy again. It's like rediscovering Star Wars, right? Like, when you watch, like, Rogue One, I use this as an example because, like, it's a great action movie. Like, I think people, for the most part, like that film. It's not controversial to say you like Rogue One. But you watch it, and it doesn't, like, it doesn't feel like you're re-experiencing Star Wars, like, for the first time. It's just like an extension of what you've experienced before. Like, it all feels very familiar, to put it very simply. But when you play KOTOR, it's like experiencing Star Wars again, even though you're a Star Wars fan. It's like getting all those same feelings all over again. And I would just like to have something like that happen. You know, since then, everything's just been so familiar and so reliant on past things that we like, which from a business standpoint I get, but I mean, you can't do that forever. Like, Disney can't just release, you know, a Rogue One style movie every year and expect people to come out just to watch TIE fighters and X-Wings fight against each other. Or maybe they can. I don't know. Maybe I'm just totally off the mark on that. I just personally feel like
I'd watch them all.
Like, I just want something that feels refreshing, something that feels inspired, something that's not so reliant on past things. I would like to think that Star Wars can be more than what we already know, what we already have experienced.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want a current Star Wars movie that's like related to the prequels, so the prequels can get better.
Like, honestly, wouldn't even mind. Like, I've thrown this idea around. I don't think Garrett cares for this idea, but I would actually love like a live action Clone Wars film, just to like make that era feel more tangible and real, and, you know, give Hayden and Ewan some decent direction and dialogue so we can remember them fondly. Like, that's still familiar, but it's not. It's familiar in like a like. If we like actually like give these guys good dialogue, like we can have a fun movie that utilizes their talents well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Garrett says, I really do think the future of Star Wars is just Galactic Civil War era. It certainly seems that way.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, hopefully like they had the great idea of making episode 7, and then they were like, oh crap, this is just the same stuff over and over again. Let's just finish this out. But then, I guess they're having the Cassian show and that sort of thing.
See, so you see what I mean? Like what? Like, are you looking forward to that show?
I mean, it's extra Star Wars content, and I hope it's like kind of like a back alley sort of thing. Because I mean, Cassian, like the first thing you see in Rogue One is he kills his friend. So, I mean, I'm excited for that aspect, but I do agree that, I mean, we kind of played out the Empire.
Yes, we played out the Rebels. And, like, we got, like, a whole show about the Rebels. And we got, like, a whole
film.
What
was it called?
Yeah, I know, right? we got a whole movie about Rebels Like,
we got 4.
Yeah, we got 4 movies about around. Technically 9 if you. I mean, technically 7 if you want to add in the sequels. I don't know, just something just new, something just different, just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least Star Wars it isn't going to stop, and we're going to continue to get Lego sets, so that's something to be excited for.
Lego is really like keeping my love of Star Wars up. Like like the fact that I can look at anything Star Wars related and be like, oh, I want to build that. Like that really does bolster my appreciation for anything Star Wars. So thank you, Lego.
Yeah.
He says,
the only thing I liked in episode 8 was the Battle of Crate. That's the only thing I liked.
Crate was fun.
The only thing? What?
You didn't like the stuff with Rey and Kylo?
No, not at all. I like the fight scene when they were against Snoke, but besides that, in Crate, I hated the movie.
So you just want to see people fight. That's what it sounds like to me. You just want to see the action scenes.
Yeah, pretty much. There were so many unnecessary jokes in that movie that I hated.
But Star Wars is for 12-year-old boys.
Yeah. Adults shouldn't watch Star Wars.
I was just quoting George from like the prequel era with the whole Jar Jar initiative.
Wait, did he actually say that?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. George has said that many times. George stands by that. George will basically say anything about Star Wars that fits his most recent agenda. Like George decides, hey, I want to put in a funny character, a funny character that steps in poop. Okay, Star Wars is suddenly for 12-year-old boys. That's George's pick. Garrett says, I want to hear a child explain to me the plot of episode 9. I want a child to explain to me the plot of episode 1. I consider myself a pretty big Star Wars fan, and I still just barely understand the plot of episode 1.
Have you, come on, just listen to Weird Al's song, and then you get the plot of episode 1.
Okay. Shout out to Weird Al for bringing some clarity to episode 1.
Weird Al Yankovic.
What's up, Space Bubbles Bricks? I actually got to meet him today. Well, not today, but we met recently. Jay, what do you think of a Star Wars political movie? We got 3 political Star Wars movies, and I didn't like any of them.
Episode 2 has the don't smoke agenda. Don't do
agenda. Yeah. George literally calls cigarettes death sticks.
It's I feel like that scene is really funny, but the all those don't smoke commercials or the ads that I see while watching YouTube, they should just use that scene.
Yeah.
Don't do death sticks. You don't know the
Obi-Wan's the face of the company.
You literally have a guy who looks like Jesus Christ telling another guy to not smoke. This movie, there are way too many politics in that movie.
What's up, Jay?
Who we got in the chat? Oh, is that Bugatti Boy?
Yeah.
What's going on, dude?
What's up? Hey, I can get some advice on building a mock.
Say it. You need some advice on building a mock?
Yeah, I don't know how to start it off.
What are you trying to build?
I don't really know right now, but I have some ideas.
Well, honestly, here's probably the easiest way. Take any set you have and just make it better in your eyes in any way. However you think would make that set better, just work on it.
Alright. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of sets, but I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, literally just take any of them and just just modify them.
Yeah.
Philip Sink in the Chat says, well, politics aren't bad in Star Wars. I don't think it's how you handle it. Yeah, I mean, they're not. It's just, from what we've seen, that's probably not the way to go. So did you buy out all the Mandalorian battle packs? I bought one, and that's all I really plan on getting. I love democracy. I love the Republic. Shout out to Plays Mario for subscribing. Yo, I got a bone to pick with this set. I got a bone to pick with this set. No. We've moved on to the 4+ Snowspeeder.
Snowspeeder.
Oh, wonder why.
Why is there an X-Wing pilot in this set? Why?
Is there really?
This is an X-Wing pilot. X-Wing pilots have black gloves, and they have this jumpsuit.
Is it a name one, or is it just like a random one?
Well, this is Wedge, but he's in his X-Wing jumpsuit.
Wow.
Lego, I swear to God, if you ever try to pull this again, I'm going to be very angry with you, and I'm going to send you a letter expressing how angry I am.
They just need to hire a Star Wars fan, a Lego Star Wars fan, just to review all the sets before they go into production, because they kept putting in the prequel era C-3PO in all the sets.
Exactly. Don't even get me started.
That sort of thing.
No, it's the sequel era C-3PO. I mean the original trilogy C-3PO.
Yeah.
We still don't have a prequel era C-3PO of any kind. There's literally 3 different ones, and we don't have any of them.
I thought we got him in the poly bag, right?
That's the sequel one. That's episode 7. I'm saying there's 3 different prequel C-3POs, and we have not gotten a single one.
We'll just use TC-14.
True. I mean, even TC-14 is too shiny. Honestly, I think that U-3PO, the one that came in the Advent calendar, it's like the flat silver one. That's probably best for episode 2 C-3PO.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on that.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Jay should just work for the Lego design team for Lego Star Wars.
They wouldn't want that. I have too many opinions about Star Wars.
You see, because the original trilogy is Jay's favorite, we would probably get like 8 more sand speeders before the year was up.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I would never build a sand speeder.
What sets would you make if you could?
If they were just like, hey Jay, you get to make a wave of sets, what are we gonna do?
Yep.
That's a wonderful question.
Episode 9.
Okay, so it has to be realistic. It has to be like maybe like $100 set, like a 90, a 50. You know, like it has to. I can't just do like 5 $300 sets.
Yeah. Okay. Go the sets you have to your left on your desk. Point to those and say what you would make of them.
Okay. That's a good idea. So I'll put the battle pack back. Here's what I would do. I like it when battle packs come in pairs. I like it when battle packs are like good guys, bad guys, and they fight each other. Right? Like that's like you pick them up off the shelf and say these I already can use together. So here's what I would do. I have two kind of like ways I would go with it. The first one, I think, like we got to get a clone battle pack. Like it's just it's been too long. So I like Garrett's idea. Garrett has posited why not just do a clone battle pack, kind of similar to the original one, where it's just all different legions, right? Like a plain white, a 501st, a shock trooper, and like an Udit POW trooper, for example. I don't know. Fill in the 4 with whatever. And basically, you can army build 4 different armies at once. I think that'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. So that on one side, as much as I hate doing a droid battle pack, I guess it'd have to be a droid battle pack on the other side. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, and droids are so cheap, I think they should be able to put like 6 of them in there, and then maybe some like super.
Right. Yeah. Maybe.
Or a droid attack.
Yeah.
How about this? I'd say. How about this? This would be my idea. 3 battle droids, 2 supers and 1 droideka, and the build can be like, I don't know. I don't even care. I was thinking, Dwarf Spider Droid. Yeah, why not? There you go. Just Droid Battle Pack. Keep it simple. That's the thing. Like,
I would buy so many of those.
Yeah, like that would be fantastic. So your Clone Wars, like the things that people want to army build, just give it to them, right? Like people want to army build clones. Boom, there it is. People want, do people want to army build droids? I guess if you're gonna army build droids, you probably want to army build. I mean, if you want to army build clones, you'll probably also want to army build droids. So yeah, if you want to army build those as well. Next up, this is what, a $30 set, the Mustafar set. That's a $20 set, right?
20.
Okay, $20 set. I'm trying to think what if I want to like just do one cohesive like theme of sets, what would I do?
Don't.
Okay, so we want something diverse like this. Okay, that works. So for $20, I would probably go with like. No, I'm gonna save that for later. Actually, what's a good? See, the thing is nowadays a $20 Lego set ain't what it used to be.
Do another duel because we got Starkiller and Mustafar. Pick another duel.
And we got Duel of the Faith a while ago.
That is true. Duel of the Faith was $25. So.
There was 3 of them. It's not really a duel.
It's a trio.
I mean, I guess like the only other duel type set like that I can really think of is the throne room, the beginning of episode 3 with Count Dooku, which I actually don't think is a bad idea for a set considering they've never done it. But I think you would need at least 4 minifigs, right? Like you need Anakin, Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, and Palpatine, right? I think maybe you can get away with not having Obi-Wan in that set. Maybe just the 3 of them, like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine. There'd be like a little chair build where Palpatine would be sitting. There'd be like the staircase build where like Count Dooku would be sitting on top of it, and then Anakin would be, I guess, next to Dooku. I mean, next to the Emperor.
Oh, and you need a collapsing bit to like fall.
See, that's what I was thinking. Right, I'm like, I would want the balcony as like a play feature to fall, but for one, that's getting like pretty like intense for a $20 set, and also I assume Obi-Wan wouldn't be in it because it's a $20 set. Like I think 3 figs for $20 is like about right for Lego. I think 4 figs for $20, that's not happening. So so how about this? Let's move that to one of the 20. Well, I'd rather have that be a $30 set. Is that fair? We can just make that one of the $30 ones down here.
That could be the location set. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that'll be what that is. So it'll include like a balcony build that Obi-Wan would be under, and it'd include like a knocked out Obi-Wan face, or he'd be like his eyes would be closed, so you get a unique figure there. You certainly want to update Anakin's freaking hair because it just needs to happen. I guess Dooku's pretty much the same in episode 3, so you can just have him in a small set finally, and then the Emperor could just be the same one from that Tri-Fighter set. So back to the $20, the duel set. What other have they? I guess they haven't done a set of the Obi-Wan and Vader duel, but that's not super exciting.
What about like something from the Clone Wars, like a Palpatine versus like Maul or something like that?
I would never make a set of that. I'm sorry. Okay. This is why I don't work for Lego. Yeah, swatched Obi-Wan play feature. How about this? Here's actually what I would do, and this I think people would like. Honestly, and this would actually really go a long way. I think the $20 set, I would just do Vader and like Luke on Cloud City. It would basically be that last structure they're on, so the little thing that sticks out. Luke would be hanging off. Vader would be, like, I'm your father. The set could literally just be called I'm your father.
They pretty much, the Cloud City set's pretty much like just a smash up of all the other smaller sets anyway. So
right, yeah. So just like take that part off the Cloud City set, make it maybe a little bit more detailed, and boom, you have that Cloud City Luke in a cheap set. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would Cloud City for that one. Yeah, and like it's such an iconic scene. Like I could see people.
You don't have to spend $350.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, so we'll do that. For the other location, so we did the episode 3 duel for the first one. The second one, I might catch some flack for this one, but I kind of want to do... Actually, no. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I kind of want to do... I have 2 ideas. Tell me which one you think sounds better. My first idea is like a Canto Bite type of scene, because we don't have anything from there. Like, I would want to have like the Canto Bite like police officers on one of their little ships flying around with the spotlights, and then you can do like 2 fathers with Rey and Finn on them. I think that could be cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
That'd be pretty cool.
My other idea was something inside of like the Coruscant Club, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that that's not really conducive to a Lego set.
Yeah,
like it'd be a bar with like Obi-Wan drinking.
Wow, no one really likes your Canto Bite idea.
I know, everyone's just like, no. Well, actually, I think yeah, okay.
You could
I would like a Canto Bite set, considering we haven't gotten one. Oh, okay. Hear about this. Here, I think I actually like this idea better. This one, and I think I've settled on this. I'll do actually a Taco Donna set, but the interior instead, and it would be 4 figures. It'd be Finn and Captain Athano and Quiggled. So like the 2 guys he talks to when he's trying to get like a ride out. And I guess Maz might be in it. I don't know. Maybe some other just random patron. Basically, what you do is like, because they released the original Taco Donna set that was just the door. So this like other $30 set would you kind of have behind it, and you get Finn talking to so Finn would be a repeat figure, but you get the 2 like guys he talks to, which I think are awesome character designs. I think that'd be great. And then the 4th person, if you need a 4th person, could be just another random patron from Maz's castle. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Was Rey in the original set? I can't remember.
You know what I would do?
No, I don't think she was.
I would add Bazine and Tall.
How did I forget about that? Oh my god, yes. Okay, no, screw that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay. You're gonna have... Can I have 4 figures? Okay. Okay, that just complicated things. How did I forget about Bazine? Okay, no, we gotta have Bazine, Natal, and Grumgar. Okay, how about this? Finn just isn't in the set. It's Bazine, Grumgar, and then the 2 guys that Finn talks to. Because I love their character. I love the way they look, especially Captain Athano. But they'd be at like a table. Bazine and Grumgar would be at like another table, and I don't know. There'd be like some instruments or something. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you can also throw in that droid, like the resistance droid. So it'd kind of be like the droid that like tells the resistance that deviates at Taco Donna, and then you'd have Captain Bazine also being like telling the first order that deviates on Taco Donna. So yeah, it'd just be like the inside of Taco Donna. I would love to do that set.
Yeah, I would want the Dryden Voss lair thing up at the clubhouse at the top. The
oh yeah,
penthouse thing.
I'm not surprised they didn't do it, because it seems like they're just gonna ignore Solo. But that actually makes just a lot of sense as a set, especially with the Mando armor in the background.
Oh yeah. Okay, what $30, $40 set next? 50.
So this is actually an $80 set.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Enzo says, why wouldn't you do the piece where that Rey finds the lightsaber in? The only reason I wouldn't do it is because I want to have those other figures in the set. But that makes sense. I was thinking about that.
Boring.
I mean, I wouldn't think he was boring. It'd be the only reason it'd be boring is because like you wouldn't be able to capture the flashback in that. Like it'd just kind of be her standing next to like a box, right?
Wait, I just thought of a really good mock idea.
What's your really good mock idea?
The whole like vision scene from The Force Awakens, and like all the scenes are like played out next to each other.
That actually would be a good idea.
Yeah, you can blend it.
The Jedi are evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. All right.
We just need a Star Wars CMF series. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Shout out to Rich R for subscribing. Appreciate that. All right, so now we're on to an $80 set. Does this one have to be a ship? I guess I should do at least one ship in this. Actually, here's exactly what I'll do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is very predictable, but I think this would actually be a really cool set. How about, just hear me out. Remember that Bounty Hunter Pursuit set?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, updated, a little bit more detailed, with a small Padme's apartment build to go along with it.
I could see that.
So basically, it'd be like a room with Padme's apartment, and I guess there'd just be a bed. Like, the more I think about it, the less exciting. I guess that sounds kind of a Lego set.
Well, see, I mean, they could do that. Like, if they just had like a small like Minecraft Lego bed just sitting in like a corner or something, and then they made like a worm build.
Yeah, like the ones from Lego Star Wars. Yeah, so it'd be like just her room, and she'd be like... The reason I want her bed in the set is because I want an episode 2 Padme figure of any kind. Like, that'd be awesome, because we have none. Yeah. So I would like a Padme's apartment build. It'd be a smaller part of the set. Like, the bigger parts of the set would be the two, like, speeders. The Bounty Hunter speeder and the one that Anakin and Obi-Wan are in. But he'd have, like, the little droid that injects the bugs into the room. That'd be a build in it. You'd get Zam, Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Padme.
Except because it's her room, we have to have R2 too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well,
R2.
he's basically in every set, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, R2. Okay. Yep. R2 could be in there as well. I think that'd just be a fun way because I mean they have to do that set again at some point, right? Like we have to get another Bounty Hunter Pursuit. You'd think.
Well, I mean, yeah, because especially now that the movies are slowing down, we better get a bunch of like random.
Yeah, we need to refresh.
Yeah. So I think like that'd be a good way to kind of redo that set, but also add a little bit more to it. Not just have it be like, oh, the ships are updated, but like include something we didn't get before. You know, there's a surprising amount of prequel sets in this grouping. See, I like Star Wars, guys. I keep trying to tell you. I don't know why you don't believe me.
No, you don't.
All right, and the $90 set. Let me think about this one.
I'm gonna head off. I have work tomorrow, so see you guys later.
All right, see you, DMK. Thanks for coming by, dude.
See ya.
Yep, I'll be watching the stream for a bit though.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
Senior Lepin says we need a Droid Factory type set. I actually agree with that. Like, cool. Here's what I'll say. Episode 2 is like criminally ignored by Lego, and it's been that way since day one. Like, look at like the amount of episodes. Yeah, like why? I really don't understand. Like, episode 2 compared to episodes 1 and maybe not 3 so much. Episode 2 just has a lot of sets, a lot of scenes that seem to just like so obviously translate to Lego sets, right? Or that's what I would think, but apparently not. Like the fact that there has not been a Droid Factory set is just mind blowing.
True.
He says White Wall says it's because AOTC was never officially marketed. Like really? What? I don't understand. I mean, they did sets for it. There were sets for that movie when the movie came out.
It's weird how we've only had like 2 big waves for that movie. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's ridiculous. What's up, Jude Noonrath? Appreciate the kind words. We need a $90 Baby Yoda minifig in a polybag. I paid $90. Oh my god. Yeah, only O2 in 2013.
Don't say that, or Lego will make that for $90.
Lego's listening. Lego doesn't sell polybags. You have nothing to worry about.
I'm kind of annoyed because the DO is supposed to have like 500 pieces for $70, and like,
wow,
why? And like all the other figure builds have been like well priced. Like Yoda is like the best one yet, and then we have like Dio with a third of the pieces and like $30 less.
Well, then it all evens out, I guess.
Yeah, you win some and you lose some.
True.
I hope the Dio set has a squeaky wheel.
They should put a sound brick in it.
Yeah.
Make him. Okay, that would actually be cool though. If it was so expensive because they had like a sound brick that had JJ's voice.
Would that actually?
I have a squeaky wheel.
Thank you.
Like, I didn't hate Dio, but like, why was he in that movie? Like,
to sell toys.
Like, okay. Yeah. But you think, like, if you want to sell toys... So here's the thing that kind of, like, blows my mind about Rise of Skywalker. Like, I get it. Like, things are going to be put in the film to sell toys, and that's fine. Like, that's just Star Wars at this point. But at least give them something memorable to do. Like, the fact that the Sith Troopers have, like, less screen time than Elin Sleaze Bogano, the Death Sticks guy, is kind of ridiculous. Like, they could have had him do something. Like, people talk about Phasma, but I can, like Phasma at least has memorable scenes. Like, there aren't a lot of them, but there are some. Nothing memorable at all. That's unfortunate, because this guy looks really cool. And I felt that way about a lot of things in the film. Unmemorable.
You know what they should do at the end of Star Wars films, like how Marvel teases the next film? They should have just had like a random deleted scene. So like at the end of The Force Awakens, they should have just had the scene of Finn and Han throwing her down the trash chute. Like that would have been funny.
Speaking of Phasma and a trash chute, I wasn't going to show this off until this weekend, but you guys are up late with me. You guys can get the sneak peek.
Ooh.
This is one of the rooms from Starkiller.
Uh-oh. I gotta wait for the stream to load up. Ooh. I like that.
Appreciate
Where are
it.
the prequel DVDs?
I know. I'm going to do it. I just need to figure out the best way to do it. Yeah, I threw Bulio's head in there. Never forget.
That's amazing. I love doing junk piles and Gribbles like that.
I know, it's so fun. Like
it's awesome.
They're so satisfying.
It's so low effort, but there's such a great payoff, right?
Right. Well, and that's one of the reasons that I kind of wanted to do the hanger mod. Is because like we have angles of it, but we don't see everything. So I feel like once I get the general shape, I can put whatever the heck I want in there, and it's gonna look cool.
Sloth Turtle says, "Is the planet Bogano from Fallen Order named after the Death Sticks guy?" That's a great question, but I don't think it is. But like. So, Elin Sleaze Bogano, it's basically sleaze bag, but with ano at the end. So it's not Bogano, it's Bagano. He says, "I just gotta throw in BB9E wasted character." Is BB9E really a wasted character? Like, did anyone expect much of BB9E?
No one expected anything.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, if BB9E did nothing in that movie, I would not have walked away being like, yo, where was BB9E, though?
You know what movie did good, like with a small side character sort of thing, was Captain Marvel with her cat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like they actually, like, because, I mean, the cat doesn't really matter. But
actually
they took out Nick Fury's eye and was the Flurkin.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That was kind of cool how they did that small, unnecessary character that turned out to be kind of cool.
Right. I think he would have rioted if he actually fought BB-8. They'd have a ball fight. BB-9E was busy being edgy and listening to emo rock music.
How could he be edgy? He's a ball.
That's literally what I was thinking.
His head is more edgy.
That is a good point. That is a great point. He is literally more edgy.
Did you ever pick a $90 set?
Yeah, so Chris Monero mentions new Django Slave 1, which is not a bad idea at all.
Ooh,
but I'd want to.
That would be like $150.
I was gonna say I want a higher price point for that. I want them to show some respect to that set. Let's see, I've done. So we had the 2 battle packs for both prequels. There was a prequel duel. There was, what was the $20 set? I don't even remember.
Me neither.
One of them was the Taco Donna set.
Her bedroom.
No, that was the $40 one. So it was.
Oh, okay.
It was the one. I'm sorry. One $30 was the bedroom. No, that was this set. No, that was the bigger one. So did I even do a second $30 one?
I'm not even sure.
Oh, it was the episode 3 duel. Oh, that was this. No, yeah, that was.
That was the bigger one.
Okay, so we have 2 clone battle pack, droid battle pack. One of the $30 ones was on Taco Donna. Another $30 one was the duel. Yeah, the episode 3 beginning duel. The $80 set was.
20 was I Am Your Father.
Yes. Okay, so we got original trilogy,
there we go.
Sequels, prequels, a lot of prequels. So I kind of feel inclined to do something from like from one of the spinoffs, like Rogue One, or and shout out to that boy Drink Tea for being in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't like acknowledge you, but I actually do appreciate that you're here. How about $100 Camino or Jedi Temple? So once that I would love to do. I don't know if this will be it, but it's just like it doesn't even necessarily have to be the fight from Camino, but just like the cloning facility. I think would be cool because we could get like the middle-aged Django. I mean the middle-aged clone like in the red jumpsuit, and if like 2 of those and
200,000
ones. Yeah, with no, it'd be
well over $1 million.
It'd be 100. Is it 200 or 100? It's 200,000.
I think it's 200.
And $1 million on the way. Okay, there we go. But basically, yeah, something of the clone facility. But that unfortunately does not seem like a set like it would do. There's not enough action involved there.
Yeah.
Unless they based it off of like they did another Battlefront set without calling it Battlefront.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
JB sounds like he's in a tunnel.
He is.
I am. I'm actually in the sewers under Coruscant.
Navarro. Oh, that even better.
Wherever.
Insert random Star Wars planet. That's where he is.
He's in the trash compactor with Julio and Phasma.
Oh.
Can't give away my position, man.
I think a Microfighter Slave 1 could be neat. I actually mentioned that. Was I talking to Garrett? I was talking to someone about that, and I think that's actually a really good idea.
I think there was like a Comic-Con one at one point.
Say it again?
I think there was like a Comic-Con Microfighter Slave 1 at one point.
Yeah, I think
like
you're right.
Before the series started and they were just making random ones.
Right.
Same with like the Land Speeder and Sith Infiltrator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I should just get hired by Lego, then I'll design some cool sets.
All right, I need my $90 set. This is a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can do it, guys.
Life-size Babu Frick.
It was a weird guy.
C-3PO with interchangeable eyes.
Who with interchangeable eyes?
C-3PO.
Oh.
Okay, I actually kind of want one that's like $400 and to scale with the rest of the droids.
That would be nice. I mean, they wouldn't do that, but it would be nice.
Right.
I want to
Hopefully
blaze
make a mock of it, and then when I'm rich and famous, I'll build it.
There you go. Babu had more screen time than the Sith Troopers.
Probably true.
We should get someone else to join.
We should get Drink Tea in here.
I don't know about that. I kind of miss OG Star Wars sets, which is a vehicle and a figure that flies it. I mean, we still get those sets a lot. They just include more figures.
I think what he's saying is he misses cheap sets.
Okay, that's fair. Would you guys be willing to sacrifice the amount of figures that come in sets for them to be cheaper?
No.
But okay, I was gonna say, but there's no way. But you can't get the figures. Like, I mean, this is a bad example because it's not a great set. But the Sith TIE Fighter, if this set was instead, it's what, $80? If this was a $60 set, ridiculous. But it only came with a pilot. Like, are you okay with that?
I'd rather pay the extra 20 to get
I want
that.
the Knight of Ren.
Okay. I figured as much.
I mean, the fin is useless, but like...
Hey. I mean...
Hey,
it comes in the Falcon.
Most people will say that they like him coming in a cheaper set, though.
I'm not buying the Falcon either.
I kind of want it because it like improved upon the last one. And Boolio.
Boolio.
I could just bricklink the head, probably.
That's a good point. Boolio heads are going to be going for more than the actual figure.
His head has more screen time than his body, so...
That is a good point.
On BrickLink.
Is it? See, I have to wait like a year or 6 months or something.
Senior Lepin says, yes, I'd be okay with it to get it because I'm not missing an exclusive figure and I don't need an ugly TIE Fighter. Okay.
I think it looks good. It's just criminally overpriced.
I mean, I haven't seen it in person yet, but from photos, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of... I mean, the wings look fine, I guess, but the cockpit looks awful.
For which set?
The Sith TIE Fighter.
The TIE Dorito?
The TIE Dorito.
See, I'm excited for that set because of the new wedge plates.
Oh, yeah, the pointy ones?
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are very cool. I can finally make my marks even more pointy. Honestly, I want them to come out in light gray so I can add them to the very tip of the UCS Star Destroyer.
That's what I was saying, yeah. Although, actually, if you actually look at the ship, it does kind of get hacked off there, though.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's
It's not perfectly pointy at the end. That is very disappointing. We need an Astromech Battle Pack from episode 1 when Jar Jar says, hello, boys. Yo, okay, actually, I just got my set. I know exactly what my set is going to be. I mean, ideally, I want this to be like a $150 set, maybe $200, but I'll settle on $90. Or we can just assume it'll be $200. But we have to get a set of the Royal Starship from episode 1. Like,
with all the astromechs just like going up and...
I mean, they don't... I mean, it doesn't... I mean, if you want to put that scene in, that's great and that's hilarious, but they don't necessarily have to. In fact, I'd probably rather them use that space for, like, where Obi-Wan... For one, the cockpit. I think the cockpit should for sure be in it. But if there's, like, only room for one more room, then I'd say just do, like, where the Queen is, because that's... seems more important.
Yeah. And then we get a Queen minifigure.
Exactly. But yeah, I think we need a Royal Starship set. Like, I don't understand.
Except the problem is we'd want them to do it in chrome, and they don't do chrome anymore. So we'd want them to make it in like the flat silver, but they're not going to make all those pieces in flat silver. So it end up being just gray.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'd like for them to just do it. I mean, it would just have to be a UCS set, I guess.
Yeah, they need to come up with a new way to chrome bricks without having them like chip.
I mean, yeah.
That seems like a lot to ask, though.
Make chrome better. We know every toy ever suffers from this issue, but fix it.
We need Force Ghost minifigures though.
We do. Just throw them in that set for no reason.
Ooh, hey, that could be a good like a $30 location set. You could have the tree burn with Luke and Yoda.
Oh, from The Last Jedi. I don't know why I was thinking. What came to my mind initially was from the end of the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we could get that. I mean, the more the merrier.
We could get a location set from Endor with both versions of Anakin, and then Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Hayden and Sebastian Stan. What's
See, the thing is, I always thought that like they haven't made a Force Ghost figure yet because like the transparent parts are more brittle, like for the minifigure taking the legs and stuff out. But I asked them while I was there, I asked like the molding department, I was like, could you make transparent minifigures completely through? And they're like, yeah, we could. I'm like,
they've done it like there's Ninjago figures with transparent elements.
Right, but it wasn't the full fig.
But it's still like they've done the arm, and I'm pretty sure they've done legs. Like,
right,
they've done them all at some point.
Have we seen like the hip to torso? I think that's the connection I always thought would be different, but it's not. So
I don't know. I don't mean to sound dismissive. I really just don't know.
No, you're fine. I just want one.
Did Jet 14 have transparent hips?
No, he just had one arm.
He just had the arm.
Right, I thought so. People were saying Jet 14. Okay, this Obi-Wan figure is insane. This is so good.
Which one? The Mustafar?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's the burn stains on it.
Oh, man, that is so good.
It's really good.
Oh, that is so good. I mean, he needs dual molded legs. It'd be perfect if he had his, like, reddish brown boots. But, like, the burn details look so good.
I know. When I first saw it, in my review, I'm like, I didn't even notice it on Anakin's. And then I'm like, oh, they're burn marks.
Dude, this is so good. Shout out to Coldo Christensen for the 199. He says, yo, they're guests on the stream. Yep. The boys are back in town.
The BOYOs are back in town.
The BOYOs are back in town. They haven't made torsos, hips, bodies, or hands. Honestly, you wouldn't...
Oh. Wait,
I don't
body?
know.
What are bodies?
Torso. Oh, but they said torso as well. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. This is like the first Obi-Wan figure I've gotten where neither face is like happy. Just like concerned. Hold on. And like angry.
Like, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Woo!
Anakin should have just been like, dang it, and just jumped head first into the lava. She's like, crap, I lost. So many red pieces in this set. I haven't built a star. I didn't know there were this many colors in the galaxy.
Oh, all the yellow? Yeah.
The reds and the oranges. I haven't had this feeling since I built that Mustafar set from 2005.
If you take away the figs and you just have like the pile of bricks, you're like, what set is this? And
right.
You're like, well, it can't be Star Wars.
Exactly. Rowan Candyback says, okay, so I didn't get the chance to watch your Rise of Skywalker review. What's your biggest complaint about the movie? My biggest problem is that they went too little on storyline and score and too much on visuals. I don't even know like what I could boil it down to. There are like just a few parts that just really irk me about that film. Probably just the entire third act, I'd say. Like everything that happens in the last like 30 to 45 minutes in that film, I'd say that's what I like the least.
According to some source, apparently JJ didn't want the kiss to happen, and then it was just Disney execs trying to give both sides what they want.
Who was both sides?
Right.
Like I'm serious. Oh, I thought you had an answer to that question.
No, I don't have an answer to that.
Whatever. I don't care. I do care. But I have no sympathy for JJ.
AJ.
Yes.
Oh, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 4. A New Hope.
Which is a good film. I said on Garrett's stream last night, I was like, I would say that the original trilogy is my least favorite, but I won't pull that here.
You hate Star Wars.
Hold on one sec. I got a phone call from the cops. They want me to report JB. Hey, Mom, what's up? Okay.
JB, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
All of them.
Say it again? Yes. Alright, bye-bye. Yeah, JV, the cops, they're on the way, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, bummer. No, so like
See you.
Again, the reason I say that. See ya, Aiden.
That someone said Steve. I'm sorry. See ya.
What?
See you later, guys.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming on. What were you saying, JV?
No, like I always hate saying that it's my least favorite because that makes it sound like I'm talking about it negatively. I absolutely love the films and they're phenomenal masterpieces, but again, I mean, I've said this before and I keep having to say my piece about it.
Phantom Menace a masterpiece?
What? No, hold up. Because I look at Star Wars as a whole, like the prequel era is my favorite. That's why the prequel films are probably my favorite, because I look at them as a whole, like Clone Wars show and all that. If we're looking at movie-wise, okay, prequels kind of suck. But if we're looking at it as Star Wars, I prefer the whole prequel, thing. But
that's fair.
See, that's the way I look at it, and the only way I can easily say that is that to say what's my least favorite. But
no, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Garrett says that Palpatine was the biggest problem with that movie. I mean, I would love to say that, but I mean, yeah.
See, my point of view on that is like, I don't think Palpatine was a problem because he in Revenge of the Sith, he was talking about how the dark side of the Force.
We'll say that again.
And he did the dark side of the Force quote and about how you can have special abilities or whatever, and everyone's like, oh, that's cool. And then he actually did it, and then everyone's like, you can't do that.
I'll tell you why it sucks. For one, that was the way it's presented in the films. I mean, people can speculate on it, but it seemed more like a lie than anything. The point of it was oh, someone is about to die, you can prevent them from dying. Not someone has died, you can bring them back. Because if that was the case, he tells Anakin oh, you killed Padme, and he's like, oh, that's it, I can't do anything. So that the implication there is the power wasn't, if you believe that the power was true, the power was not that you could revive people, it was that you could prevent them from dying somehow. That's how it's presented.
That's fair.
So that I wouldn't say that's the same thing. I mean, I also just think we shouldn't accept that, because if he could actually save people from dying, then what was Vader doing? What was Anakin's plan? Why did he never follow up on that? One moment he's hey, I'm gonna join the dark side to save my girl.
He did
though. The next moment he's freaking choking her out.
Well, anyways. See, after the fact, after he became Darth Vader, if you look at the Vader Immortal game, that sort of thing, he did try to create the portal to bring her back and all that.
That's a retcon. No.
No,
you can't do that. You can't do that. I hate it when people do that so much. No, the movies are the movies, and the movies are always going to be the top level of the canon. You can't I'm not going to give the movie credit for something coming along after the fact and making something in the movie make sense. I'm sorry.
Okay, but okay. Well, see, if you keep thinking of it that way, if something happens in the movie and there's a part 2, or The Mandalorian and stuff, and we see Baby Yoda get scooped up, and then we're oh, Baby Yoda must be dead, and then we had to wait 3 years for the next episode, and it turns out he wasn't dead because IG saved him. then you'd call that retconning, or?
No, that's different. That's not retconning. No, so here's the point I'm making. The prequels happened. Like, those were the 3 movies that told that story. That is all that is like the main level of sources from that story. If after that there is like an inconsistency or something just doesn't make sense, that's on those movies. Like, that was their responsibility. Like, if that's the case where anything can just come along after something and make sense of it or make it better, then how do we ever judge anything in the moment, right? Like, people love to point out plot holes in everything, but if we just accept the fact that you can make a plot hole not a plot hole through supplementary material, then like that's not fair. Like, that the burden should be on the films to be like all encompassing, or at least just to make sense on a basic level. Like, we don't have these issues with the original trilogy, is my point. Like, people, like, they try to make an issue of it by having the plot of Rogue One basically be that someone put the flaw in the Death Star. I mean, that never really bothered me. I just assumed that, like, you know, it was a very slim chance anyone would ever get the plans to it. If they found it, yeah, they could find something like that. Like, I didn't come out of episode 4 or like in watching that movie like, oh, that was such a big pothole, why would they make the Death Star like that? Like, whatever, it was a joke. But point being, the burden should be on the films to make sense. If the films don't make sense, they don't get to just have a cartoon come after the fact and make sense of them. Like, just do the movie, do it right the first time.
I see
You're
your
defending
point.
A New Hope just by like saying, well, I personally didn't care about it, but like, I still think like, I think Rogue One was still like a retcon of that Death Star.
No, I'm saying it absolutely is, but I'm just saying, like, the movie isn't broken because of that. Like, that movie was still a classic with or without Rogue One. Like, coming out of episode 3, like, I think that's a pretty big problem, right? Like, this isn't just some small, like, nitpicky thing. This is his whole reason for going to the dark side, and then it seems like 5 minutes later is, like, he forgot about why. Like, he goes and runs the Emperor's errands, and then he comes back and he's like, why did I start doing this in the first place? I don't remember. Let me just choke out Padme. Like, it's just... I did not mean for this to become a prequel bashing stream, but the point I'm making is, no, like, don't just make the movies right the first time, especially when it's something simple like that. Like, I get, like, some things aren't going to be perfect, and that's fine, and if you want to get cute with it later, whatever, when it's something small and kind of meaningless, like Chewbacca's medal, for example. But when it's like
that was great.
It was moving forward. Like that's just whatever. Like, it's so meaningless. Like, who even cares? But
I care.
Okay, Luke. But when it's something like, oh, like, this character's motivations are inconsistent with their actions, and it's Darth Vader, and the whole point of this story is about why he turned to the dark side, like, that's a big problem. Like, that's not good.
I get it.
A film needs to be able to stand on its own and not rely on supplementary material. Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that, and I do agree with that. That if it was just the films, but I mean, again, we have different perspectives on what Star Wars is or should be. Because I came into the game. See, I think that's probably the difference. Like, that's why I think this way. Because I came into the game at The Force Awakens. Like, I hated Star Wars until I saw The Force Awakens, and then I fell in love with it. So then every single thing that had come up, you know, up until then, I kind of just accepted, like, all together. They didn't come out separately for me.
Yeah, me too. Like, when I found Star Wars, it was like, I don't know, like, 8 or 9 years ago, but like I just watched them all at once, and I didn't really consider them like coming out a bunch later. But then again, I was like a stupid kid and thought that episode 2 was my favorite just because it had exciting battles.
Exciting battles.
And exciting battles.
It's exciting. There is nothing exciting about Geonosis. Let's be real. There's nothing exciting about Geonosis.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I was a stupid kid and like
Geonosis is literally just like a cool simulation. It's like, hey, do you want to know what Republic gunships flying around with like ATTEs would look like? This is it. This is my simulation.
And then the guy came in with the custom character and put C-3PO's head on a droid.
But yeah, Garrett's right. They put a meme into the movie with the Chewie. Like, it's like, who cares? Like,
with the what?
With Chewie's medal. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, who cares? Apparently you did. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dismiss your feelings, but it's just like I did not need that. Episode 4 was not broken because of. See, this is what I mean. Like when the prequels get retcons, it's like, oh, this didn't make sense. Now it makes sense now. Like, oh, why would all the clones just turn on them? Oh, apparently there is a chip that just made them do it. They literally had no choice. Okay, whatever. When the original trilogy gets retcons, it's, oh, you guys were mad that Chewie didn't get a medal? Let's give him a medal now. Haha. Like...
well. Jay, you should check your DM on Instagram. There's a really interesting thing with this poly bag.
Okay, let's see what we got. Whoa, what the heck? Why is the... Whoa.
I know.
Do you have both? Is that a photo you took?
No, I have one coming in the mail because I gotta make a video on it. But it's like they didn't tell anyone. They changed the design.
So you have a gray one. Which one do you have? The blue one?
Yeah, the 58-piece one.
It's like Player 1 and Player 2 from Lego Star Wars. The fact that no one laughed at that is very disappointing.
What?
Okay, I quit on that level. I stopped playing after that level.
I said it's like Player 1 and Player 2 from Lego Star Wars.
I'm so confused.
Just go home. This is a funny meme that Stormy sent me. It's like, don't let him kill me. He's just reflecting your lightning back at you. Just stop shooting lightning. Once the Emperor gets going with that lightning, there's no stopping him. He's already committed to it. Garrett says, Episode 3 was my favorite Star Wars movie from like age 12 to age 17. Episode 2 was probably my favorite movie until age... When did I first watch the Plinkett reviews?
See, you're...
Probably 18.
Jay, you can't attack me for liking episode 2 as a stupid kid and then go on to say you like episode 2 as a stupid kid.
So basically, you just need to grow out of it. If you admit right now that you're gonna grow out of it, I'll let you like the prequels. But here's the thing: I'm saving. Like, someone had to show me the way. I just didn't find the way until later in the game. If I can show these kids the way early in the game, then that's more time they spend as like an enlightened individual.
That's so true. I'd just like to make myself clear that episode 2 is not my favorite movie.
I'd hope not.
I think I'm too far from the light. I'm already.
He is.
I'm a fallen brother.
It's okay.
I think there's a "This is the way" movement going on in chat.
This is the way. This is the way. Episode 2 sucks. This is the way. Oh, you guys are great.
Garrett, I appreciate that.
Shout out to Mal from the $1 dono. Oh, Mal asked if he could join. Yeah, you're more than welcome to hop on. Just send me your email.
Don't get me wrong though. If you don't like something about Star Wars, I'm not saying you're not a fan. Okay, don't misquote Garrett relating to me.
I mean, apparently we aren't. We're too negative about Star Wars.
No, I'm just too positive.
Here's what I understand. So if I sat here and I like went on for hours about how much I love The Last Jedi and how great I think that film is, people would be like, "You're wrong. Shut up. That's stupid. You're a blind fanboy." But if I go on and talk about how like I don't like the prequels, it's you're so negative. You don't really like Star Wars. You're not really a fan. So pick your poison. How do
you just have to like the prequels and hate The Last Jedi to be a true fan.
Exactly. Like that. You just made so much sense out of it.
It's just the all the negativity spreads faster than
it's positivity.
That's a good point. It does.
So like if you probably actually took a consensus of all Star Wars fans, they probably generally appreciate a lot of it.
Like it feels like up until like a year or two ago, everyone like agreed that they hated the prequels, and then all of a sudden they're like beloved.
This guy gets it. Yes, that is exactly how it was. Like it was if we were like 5 years ago, before Disney started making Star Wars movies, it would not be controversial on my channel to say that I don't like the prequels. Like Matt did a video ranking the Star Wars films, and like his like to dislike ratio is so bad because he put the 3 prequels at the bottom. And I'm like, just like, guys, like, come on.
It's my fault. It's because I started like
I need to look this up.
It's all JB's fault. He went too far in a few places.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'll just leave.
Where is Mal says he sent me his thing on Instagram. What's your name on Instagram, Colton Christensen? Did we talk on Instagram before? I don't think so. Oh, here you are. Oh, here you are. All right. What is Agent Kloss? What the heck is that? We ever do a Mos Eisley mock? Thanks, Will R, for the dono. Yeah, I would like to at some point. Yo, Drink Tea, what's up? What's up? What's going on, bro? I got Drink Tea on my call, guys.
In a separate call.
Dude.
Can we get a Drink Tea face reveal?
Yeah, Drink Tea, they want to see your face. And your real face.
Man, my hair's messed up.
Wow. I thought you were always fresh, bro. What happened?
Fresh out the boat. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't even know that.
So, what's up, dude?
Been so long.
Yeah, you sound so different. When I first met you, you sounded like a baby, and now you sound older than me.
You're 69, right?
Yes.
I'm 70.
Okay.
How old is Drink Tea then?
He said he's 70. Oh my god. All right, Drink Tea. So I'm gonna go back to my stream. It was nice to hear from you. Is there anything you want to say to the chat before I head out?
Yeet.
Alright, see you, dude. What just happened? Oh my god. Drink tea is something else. Oh my god.
I'm still waiting on that Snoke battle pack.
Just a bunch of Snokes in a jar. I'm glad he had extras, just in case.
You didn't use them.
Jay, you gotta replace your rays in that one room with just Snoke.
Oh. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to keep that room.
Well, no, you should switch it because then you can use the rays elsewhere.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I probably should definitely take the rays out.
You can pull a JB and do that mirror thing.
I literally have only one of that ray.
I went out and bought 5 of them just for that mod.
Did you switch the hair on them?
Wait, did you buy 5 of the set or the mini thing?
No, I haven't switched the hair yet. It's still the Jakku hair.
Okay.
Because that's expensive.
Right, yeah. So that would be the thing. Like, you need to buy that figure and also switch the hairs.
Yeah.
To be a true fan.
I see how it is. I should just stop mock building.
Don't do that until you've finished the Mandalorian handle.
I feel like we're all feeling like Episode 8 Luke right now.
What? We're all great characters with lots of depth and emotion. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, no, like, well, yeah, but like, the Jedi. No, but he's like, the Jedi are stupid, and we're like, the fan base is stupid. And he exiled himself from like the Force, and we should just exile ourselves from Star Wars.
That is the smartest thing I've heard in a long time. Maybe it's time for the BOYOs to die.
I'm very insightful.
Yo, we got Mao.
Webcam's on.
What's going on, dude?
What is up? How were you? Yeah, don't send that to anyone. How were all you guys' Christmas and New Year's, if you celebrate that?
It was pretty good. I didn't do anything special for New Year's. I just went to sleep because I had work. But
yeah, me too.
Pretty incredible. Hey,
My
shout
Christmas
out to
pretty good.
Tristan Chapman for subscribing.
Tristan. I had a pretty good Christmas. Got some bricks for that hanger mock. I also had a great birthday.
Oh, happy belated birthday. When was your birthday?
A couple days after Christmas.
Wow. What a man.
Yeah. I like stack up the gifts, you know?
Heck yeah, dude.
Pretty nice.
Do you ever get cheated out?
Actually, I have not. I mean, sometimes they celebrate my birthday like a week after New Year, but no, it's been actually a pretty good. It's probably because I bring it up so much.
Okay, that's a good point.
I'm like, hey, don't forget my birthday. Hey.
You better get gifts for both.
Right.
Do you open them up on Christmas, or are they like separate days where you open up your Christmas presents and your birthday presents?
No, it's separate. Cause, usually sometimes we go travel, like to see family and stuff. So when we get back, then I do the whole birthday thing.
Oh, okay. Cool. Very cool.
I can't believe I'm building Mustafar right now. It's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's such a great scene, especially when Anakin's burning. Like, oh.
Yeah.
The best performance in the whole movie.
I heard they actually burned him alive to get a really accurate performance. And that's
they filmed it, so it had to have been real.
That's a good point.
Like I saw it.
Right.
That's a very good point.
I wonder how much Mustafar cost to find.
I wonder how long it took for Hayden Christensen to recover from those first-degree burns.
I mean, he couldn't. I guess he hasn't recovered enough. They could only use his voice in episode 9.
It's like a slap in the face. So like,
what? Okay, nice.
I didn't hear anything either.
Was Mustafar really filmed in Hawaii?
At the end of episode 6, you know, like right after he dies, he gets burned again.
That's a good point. It's like, you jerks, stop burning me.
I don't know. Because like Anakin gets burned in episode 3, and then what?
Do you guys believe that like he's like disappeared or like became one with the Force while he was in the suit?
I mean, he had to. He had to have been.
I guess so.
For the new canon.
Like before they burned him, though.
No, he's probably like, "Ooh, it's getting hot in here." Poof.
All right, I'm about to dip. Your boy about to become one with the Force. They got AC.
Pull the Chirac.
You know what we need though for like a May the 4th giveaway, and I think you can agree with this, Jay. Is it's a prequel. It's an Episode 1 prequel minifigure, and that is the X-Eyes Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We need.
I think we need that figure.
The what Qui-Gon figure?
His dead eyes from the Star Wars.
From Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing. Yes.
Can someone just make that for me? Like, I will pay you.
And it's advertised with like the studs for the legs like not pushed in all the way.
Yes.
That should be the pre-order bonus for the new Lego Star Wars game that's coming.
Doesn't that come out soon? When does that come out? It comes out soon, doesn't it?
I think it comes out either in April or May. That's the rumors right now.
Oh, I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, me neither.
Check your instructions. The instructions
That's a whole
just say,
nother year.
I think 2020.
It's a whole nother year.
Yeah, I mean, like the Force Awakens game came out like I think it came out in May. It might have come out. Yeah, I think it came out in May in 2016. So like 5-6 months out after the movie. So that's kind of the same release date for this game. That's just my assumption.
It had better be a good game. I bought a PS4 to play it. So
already.
Really?
Holy crap, dude!
Did you get the special Darth Vader PS4?
No, I got it at Black Friday.
Oh, okay.
Because it had like the extra 3 games. It was $100 off. Because I mean, I also want to play Battlefront because I have friends that had Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is actually popping right now. Yeah. A lot of great updates, especially like the Sith Trooper is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I actually bought my PS4 for Battlefront, and
yeah, same.
It actually came with it. It was a bundle.
Yeah, I got the bundle too.
Yeah. Well, see, I was a little bit late to the game since I bought it like 2 months ago, and I bought the disc for Battlefront, so I had to wait like for 8 hours of updates to download.
That's annoying. Apparently, Hayden and Ewan were fighting over lava, and Hayden started burning. Natalie Portman started dying of sadness, and George started filming, calling it Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, that's actually really smart. Like, what a sequence of events to make a masterpiece of a film.
I think Natalie Portman is just such a good actress. She like got her heart to stop. Everyone believes she died.
They even filmed a few scenes while her heart was stopped.
They had to hurry, but she could take it.
You know what Obi-Wan should have done in that scene when she's like dying on Pulse Massa? You know, he should have just put his hand on Padme and transferred his life force into her, and then she would have lived.
But then he would have died.
But he didn't read the ancient Jedi texts.
Oh yeah, that's right. Even though those were probably in the archive.
Page turners, they were not.
That would have been funny if, as he's like searching for the planet in the library on the computer, he's just like force heal, and then he's just like going through.
Yo, here's a funny skit. Anakin's like doing his Jedi homework, and he's on like chapter 9, and he's like about to finish it up, and he's like, "Oh, there's nothing in here for me to learn." He's like throws the book off the desk, and like it lands on the floor on chapter 10, and it's like saving your pregnant wife from dying plus reviving your dead mom. Sith tricks? I think not. The Jedi learned it first. and then it's just directed by Rian Johnson.
No, and then you see Baby Yoda reach down and pick up the book right at the end.
And winks at the camera.
The thing
Jay,
is,
what do you think of that
Palpatine
Mustafar set?
I'm liking it so far. It's very red.
I really wish we had a high ground, honestly.
Yeah, same.
I prefer my Star Wars sets memeless. Thank you very much.
Prefer them what?
Memeless.
Why?
It means without memes.
No, I know what it means, but why?
I don't know.
Well, technically, it's part of the scene, so I mean, why not just have like a few great bricks in the corner of the build?
I mean, look, here you go. You know, you guys want here? Look, high ground. Boom, there it is. All right, stop complaining. What's up, Rich Girl J? AKA DMK.
DMK went home though.
Bro, DMK is known to do many tricks most people find unnatural.
What if I'm Rich Girl J?
That literally makes no sense.
What if you're Rich Girl J?
That makes a little bit more sense.
You have something to tell us, Jay?
I do have something to tell you.
He's got a third spider arm on his back that's typing on a second computer.
Oh my god. Actually, guys.
No, we don't see his legs, but he's got like the whole set down there.
Actually, the Emperor is Rich Girl J, because the Emperor is everything. It's always about the Emperor.
You know what I don't get about the First Order? So like, you know that Palpatine is technically Snoke. Like Snoke is basically just like a puppet that Palpatine controls. Like if Palpatine's still alive, like why doesn't he just like tell like the pure remnant like, hey, I'm still alive, and like just keep continuing doing the Empire stuff? Like why just do it through this proxy?
I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I actually know the answer to this question.
Okay.
When JJ was writing the movie, he just didn't think. That's it.
Yes, that's right. That's true.
Like, my bigger problem with it is, you know, whatever. Apparently the Emperor made Snoke. Fine. Why was Snoke trying so hard to get Kylo to kill Rey then? Like, if the Emperor wanted Rey alive, like, that's his granddaughter, right? Like, was Snoke not in on the plan? You would think if he made Snoke, he would have some control over him, or could at least program into him, hey, don't kill my granddaughter, or don't, you know, try to get someone to kill her. Like, what if Kylo had just killed Rey? Like, I know there's no answer to this because, like I said, J.J. Abrams did not think when he made this movie, but, like, it raises a lot of problems.
See, at this point, I just stop thinking, and I'm like, I like the movie, and then I move on.
True.
See, it's a bad like precedent when the movie's enjoyable if you don't think.
You can do that with like everything. So
exactly,
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like it because it's Star Wars? No. I mean, if there's legitimate problems with the movie, I think we should absolutely, you know, bring them up.
If there's legitimate problems, we have to complain about them on the internet. This is the way.
No, but see, we don't need to like be completely. That's the only thing you focus on, you know.
Yeah, I know there's positives and there's negatives and stuff, but it definitely, you know, burns a little bit more, especially for someone like Jay who really liked, you know, 7 to 8 and then, you know, 9 being, you know, this big disappointment. You know, just like
I love the new intro.
Oh yeah, thank you.
yeah, the new intro is hilarious.
I love that there's still people, like, I'm pretty sure this will happen for months, but like months down the line, someone's gonna watch one of my videos and be like, hold on, you didn't like episode 9? I'm like, no, I did not. Nah, I've never, I can honestly, like, I was just happy. I'll tell you the happiest moment I had like that night, it was when the movie was over and I could just like not be rolling my eyes every 5 minutes anymore. Hold on one second. I need to let my mom in the house. You guys can talk about fruit.
Fruit?
Fruit.
Yep, fruit.
Guys, let's force pears at each other and like cut them up in the air.
You know that Natalie Portman ate a CG pear in episode 2.
That is true.
I heard it was CG Natalie Portman who did that.
Oh, the pear was real, but it was a CG Natalie Portman. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that is the funniest thing I've heard in a while. I can just imagine this just like it'd be just like a pear in like with this, a green room, and they'd have all these like wires and like rigs to make it move around. And George would be sitting there like George would just be sitting there like very intently like, oh man, how are we gonna get this thing to work? The movements of the pear doesn't look organic enough. And then like someone walks up and they're like, how about we just CG the pear? He was like, oh, that's brilliant.
That's probably how they would think they do the scene in like the 80s. George Lucas decided to make the prequels in the 80s. It's like, how are we gonna make this pear float? We just take this rig and we just like put it over the pear.
Really clear.
Mr. Lucas, that will cost like 55% of the budget. Just do it. It's part of my vision. It's gonna be great, right, Steven?
Oh yeah, George, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic.
I'd really love to know what would have happened if Steven Spielberg was in on Star Wars.
Low key, he was though. Like I mean, a little bit
scenes in
because
Revenge of the
they
Sith,
put ET in the film.
That's true. Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah, E.T. is part of the Star Wars universe now, I guess.
And Yoda's part of the E.T. universe.
You know what I hope happens, or what I wish happened?
Oh,
I wish
and
Rian
James
Johnson was
E.T.
allowed to put Elmo in The Last Jedi. If we could put E.T. in Star Wars, Elmo would be like on Canto Bight, like rolling dice. That would be great.
You know the Elmo, but like everything's on fire meme?
Yeah.
You put him on like the tree on Octu.
Yeah, exactly.
Does Disney own Sesame Street?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do. No.
Not yet.
Okay. Were you actually trying to figure out like how we could get Elmo in Star Wars?
You know, he might be in that rumored 3 hour Rise of Skywalker cut.
That's a good point. Elmo is key to all of this.
Yeah, he was actually the original alien that was trying to get the Sith data from C-3PO's mind, but he accidentally electrocutes himself. So they go to that little Asian midget that everyone thought he was.
They go to Bob.
Oh, excuse me, dwarf.
No, holy crap! You guys know, like the Sith troopers are red.
That is a good point.
Oh my gosh, it's Elmo's Legion. It's the 502nd.
It's
Darth Elmo.
Darth Elmo. Yeah.
It's the 3LM0 Legion.
Sesame Street.
No, it's the 123rd Legion. There we go.
There we go. I'm glad to see you guys are so welcoming to my Elmo idea. I want Lego to make Sesame Street now so I can put Elmo in a mock.
You know, that was almost yeah, they're doing it. It's going to be
it's an idea set.
Lego idea set, yeah.
Wait, it got approved?
It got approved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that's a good
Where were you? That was like 3 months ago.
I mean, I really don't pay close attention to Lego.
That was a big announcement. They announced like 3 idea sets. They announced the Pirate Cove and they announced the piano. It's like the first time they ever did that.
I'm going to buy that Sesame Street set and put the Elmo in every single one of my Star Wars mocks from now on.
I want to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. I don't pay attention to many things Lego related that aren't Star Wars. So you have to forgive me if I didn't know that there was going to be a Sesame Street set. But that brings warm feelings to my heart for sure.
I hope they just do it right.
You have high expectations for the
I
Elmo
hope they do
set.
molded heads.
They can't.
Could you imagine Elmo with just a
Well, it's their
minifig
rules.
head?
They can break their own rules if they want. I mean, whatever.
Can they though?
Yeah, what?
Wait,
Who cares?
They
Make
could,
some molded
they
heads.
could pull a Steamboat Willie and just make a bunch of new pieces, but release a CMS series like a month later.
You would think they would do a Sesame Street. Actually, that could work. Sesame Street.
That would be really cool.
If we get a Mr. Noodle minifigure, I'm gonna flip.
Yo, I'm super hyped for Elmo. Elmo is gonna be like, I want to make. You know what I really want to do? I want to do a mod of like a Senate meeting, and then on one of the Senate pods, just have like 3 Elmos.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Someone needs to make a huge Senate mock and like an ET and a bunch of them.
I actually bought that ET Dimension set for that.
I lost my ET head or body because I put it on the Naked Maz, and I brought it to Brick World and it got lost.
Whoa, hold on.
That's what you get for trying to make a naked Maz.
Why were you, wait, hold on. Wait, what?
You put the Maz Kanata head on the ET body.
Oh, to make Naked Maz.
Yeah.
I see.
And
That's
he hid
disgusting.
he hid it in Imperial Brick Productions and then got mock.
Wow.
And then I got lost. I think he stole it. Ben stole it from me, but
Well, that's something.
Definitely something.
Cosmic Rick 44 says, "One day I'll be a guest. One day." Did you ask? I didn't tell you no.
Yeah, you get, yeah. I'm pretty sure you could call.
All you gotta do is just buy your way in. It's $100.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to donate $80 like I have.
Exactly.
I don't even know how much money I've donated though.
That's the only reason you're here.
Yeah, exactly. I give money to you. I'm basically your slave.
Whoa, that's not how.
Or no, I'm your sugar daddy.
There we go.
There we go.
I much prefer that.
Jay, I hope this counts, but if I had money, I'd donate it.
Aw, thanks.
But Lego first.
Yo, so Alex McBrick just said something funny. He says, no, someone needs to make a massive Cynic mock that's just a bunch of Palpatines.
yes.
So a massive Palpatine mock?
Basically.
That's probably a story in Legends, I'm sure. Because he gets cloned like a few times in Legends.
Oh, you gotta have a couple Snokes in there too.
Oh yeah, I have a question. I want someone to answer me. Since when is cloning a Sith trick?
It's a Sith legend.
No, but like in the Rise of Skywalker, they're like, oh, that's impossible. How could the Emperor be back? And he's like, oh, cloning Darth Magic. Those are all Sith tricks.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Did he say that?
Yes.
But the Kaminoans have been doing it for years.
Exactly. Someone in the chat, please tell me they also heard/remember that line.
I don't remember that because so much stuff was happening in that movie.
But yeah, it all happened so fast.
The whole movie just happened so fast.
Like right before you could think about it, it just like, oh, here's this character, here's that character. Oh, Chewbacca dies.
Dead, not really.
Psych. You thought?
Dude, the girl next to me in the theater bawled her eyes out when the transport blew up, and I was like, but wait, we saw him in different locations in the trailer. Like, what do you? He's not dead.
Cosmic Brick 44 says, since Darth Maul decided to clone his legs back, he never had metal legs. It was all just an illusion.
No, he made us think that to hide his spider leg.
That's a good point.
Weren't his legs actually magic though? Like, didn't Mother Talzin like do something to his legs? Am I remembering this right? Is that okay? I haven't rewatched those episodes yet.
He made his own spider legs using his Sith energy or whatever, and then Mother Talzin like kind of put on these metal legs that became flesh or whatever. I don't know.
Wait, yeah, he had 3 pairs of legs.
Wait, was it the General Grievous legs that she made him, or was it like the more normal looking legs?
She made him the General Grievous legs, I thought.
But then I think she gave him.
How did Darth Maul get his metal legs? Someone who's a big Clone Wars fan.
I haven't rewatched those arcs yet, so I'm like halfway through all the main arcs.
Oh yeah, we got. Wait, when does Clone Wars come out? February.
February.
I need to probably watch like something of that. soon?
Yeah, dude, there's like a really good thing that's like online where it shows you all the main arcs of Clone Wars to watch. And yeah, you just breeze past all the weird like C-3PO and R2-D2 arcs, and like that one with like that 1.5-foot tall guy like leading a squad of droids that go to like that flat planet. It's like 5 episodes long. Like what?
That's the Meeber Gascon. You can't just disrespect Meeber Gascon by calling him the half-foot tall guy.
Hey,
he is a half-foot tall guy.
Was in that, so
yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Who was in it?
Gregor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Quit spamming dirt.
Yo, stop spamming in the chat or you will be neutralized.
I'm gonna get him out of here.
I like the second half of that arc. I didn't care for just the pure droid stuff. When they met Gregor, it got interesting.
Clone Wars has some really weird arcs. Like that's one of the biggest strengths of the show, and one of like the weaknesses of the show. There's a lot of variety, but some of it, it's definitely better than others.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so the doggo says Darth Maul gets his normal robotic legs from Clan Vesla, or Visla, I guess is what he means there. And Darth Maul, whoa, what the heck? Who Darth Maul later kills. Okay, so he got his robot legs from Clan Visla, and then his like flesh legs from Mother Talzin.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool.
I feel so sorry for him. He's gone through so many. He has no leg stability. Like, could you imagine going through that many legs in your life? Like,
how do you go to the bathroom? Like, does he not go to the bathroom?
Is he like
a robot? Like a hole, like a tube, where he does his business through.
I'd rather not think about that.
Yeah, that's one of the things you don't need to think about.
Drink tea. I'm pretty sure that's not racism.
I think that's the joke.
I don't get jokes.
I don't get jokes.
Just saying, I've only seen a season and a half of the Clone Wars, and I'm going through it right now.
Did you start from like season 1?
Yeah.
You need to watch them in chronological order, not in the order that came out. Like, there's a look it up online. There's a list of all the episodes in
yeah, it's on Starwarsgeek.com. Yeah, it gives you like a full breakdown.
It jumps around, unfortunately.
So, as much as it pains me to do this, I'm gonna have to break up the band, guys. I got work in the early morning, and I gotta catch some Z's.
I was just thinking it's pretty late.
But I will say I appreciate all you guys for coming on. It was a great time. It's been so long since I've done this. I actually had guests on a stream, so I appreciate all you guys for coming through. It was a great conversation. Shout out to the chat for hanging in there. You guys are awesome too. And I want to, I guess, do a full wave review of these sets once I finally get them built. It's a little late in the game, but I'm sure there's at least 4 or 5 people who care what I have to say about these sets. So shout out to everyone in the chat for coming through. Shout out to everyone in the Google Hangouts for coming through and making this build experience that much more exciting. Guys, you have anything left you want to say?
No, just thanks for having us on.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, even though I was kind of bugging you.
No, it's all good. I'm glad to have you on. It brought warm feelings to my heart.
Oh, that's good.
All right, take care, guys.
And more money to your wallet.
That is also true.
All right, take care, Jay. See ya.
Take care, man.
See you, Jay.